Are you ready to learn how to conjugate the most irregular preterite verbs? Don't worry, I'll break them down for you into a few straightforward groups. Hi, I'm Mafalda from BaseLang, where our teachers specialize in helping Spanish learners move beyond their intermediate plateau by getting you to express yourself correctly in conversation. With unlimited one-on-one classes for a flat rate, it's like immersion from the comfort of your living room. Today's video is an intermediate lesson covering verbs with the most irregular preterite conjugations. If you're still struggling to learn when to use the preterite versus the imperfect, then you should start with our beginner video on the 2 simple past tenses in Spanish. Let's get started with a quick review of the preterite endings. For regular preterite verbs, there are just 2 sets of endings since ir verbs and ir verbs have the same ones. There's a 3rd set though, for most verbs with a regular preterite stem. These irregular stem verbs endings are the starting point for the verbs we're about to see. For the hardest group of irregular preterite verbs, the endings all contain the letter jota between the stem and the rest of the ending. We also drop the I in the 3rd person plural to jeron instead of yeron. We mostly use these endings on usir verbs like conducir, producir, or traducir, where we replace the s sound with h in the preterite, like yo conduje and tú condujiste. A very common verb that takes these endings is decir, meaning to say, but it also has a stem change in preterite, so you'll say yo dije and tú dijiste. The other family of verbs that follows this format ends in aer, like traer. Now we're ready for the last group of irregular preterite verbs, since neither their stems nor their endings follow any of the rules we've seen so far. Luckily, there are only 5 of these verbs that you need to just learn outright, and there are really just 3 forms between them. The first are ser and ir, meaning to be and to go. And guess what? They both have the exact same preterite conjugations. How do you know which one is which then? Well, it's all about movement, whether the person was with ser or went with ir. The next 2 are ver, meaning to see, and dar, meaning to give. For both, we get the stem by dropping the last 2 letters. So for ver, it's just v, and for dar, it's d. They both take a modified set of regular ir endings. The only difference is that they have no accents. The last irregular preterite verb you need to learn is hacer, which means to do or to make. Hacer has an irregular stem of is for most conjugations, but it also has a spelling change to maintain the pronunciation in the 3rd person singular conjugation él hizo. Other than that, it takes the standard endings for irregular stem verbs. That's it. That was a lot at once, so good job if you've kept up to the end. If you learned everything I showed you in this video, now you know how to conjugate the hardest irregular preterite verbs in Spanish. I moved quickly in today's video, so if you want to review this lesson on your own, then click the link below to see our detailed blog post on irregular preterite verbs. We also have full conjugation tables for a lot of these irregular verbs. Of course, the best way to really get to know them all is through practice, practice, practice. Is that your goal? Well, signing up for BaseLang can help with that, since you can take unlimited one-on-one Zoom classes for a flat monthly rate. It's like immersion, but from the comfort of your own home, since you work with patient native speakers who are all trained Spanish teachers. Your first week is just $1, so what are you waiting for? Thanks for watching today's video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss a lesson. Hasta la próxima.